I'm hoping the final part in this little series that I'm doing, because it's been a few days since I sat down and recorded this one, so I've been a little anxious because I kept the decks, these last bits, in the box, the shipping box, because I wanted to not mix them in with decks I've already shown you all. So let's keep going. This is me going through my decks that have finally made it from the U.S. to the United, from the U.S. to United, no. It's a long day. From the U.S. to the DR, and I shipped them like months ago, and they finally came here, and now I'm going through the last bit in the box. So I'm just bringing folks up to speed if you're watching this particular video first versus the other parts. So here is the textured tarot. I always keep it in this little tarot pouch, if you will. Here's the textured, and I really like this deck. Now, you guys know I'm a riffle shuffler, and I'm sure the deck creator has heard this a lot about the cardstock being very thick, and for me, very difficult for me to riffle shuffle this deck like I would want to, okay? But nevertheless, despite it being thick and, you know, not something that I typically work with, especially for readings, I still like it. And I always say that if this deck ever came out in another edition on like a more, I'm not even picky, y'all, like a make plain card stock, so I could riffle shuffle it, I would be in love. Look, I just love this card so much. This is the Ten of Cups. And for a while, I was reading with this, actually doing client readings with this deck, but I bent one or two in the shuffling process, and I was, nope, not going to be able to do readings with it like I thought I would. And when I bend a card while I'm doing a reading, it kind of just throws me off and kind of sets me, and the collector in me gets in a foul mood, and that colors the reading experience. Probably totally unique to me. I know this complaint I'm saying now, but maybe not. So I just love this deck so much. So it did have to come with me because I plan on spending some more time with it, and I just think it's a really good deck. It really is. I've had the best of readings with it, and it's just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. All right, so that is the textured tarot. I'm going to to save me some heartache, I'm going to put these back in their little bags. Or at least I'm not going to have to tie it up, but yeah. Let's see what this one is. Kind of curious. Oh, I cannot believe that I actually trusted to have my Lightseer's Tarot indie version shipped. I struggled with that because I really wanted some of my more favorite, and you know, this is a valuable deck to me for a multitude of reasons, not just monetarily. And I just said I'm going to trust it and send it. I love this deck so much. It has the original Ten of Swords, and feeling it in my hands now makes me appreciate it so much more, because yeah, I use the mass market a lot. I mean, if not the majority of my readings since the mass market came out. But feeling the indie version in my hand just feels so good, and it makes me want to throw some cards with it, and not necessarily read for clients. I kind of want to keep this one just for me, and that's what I'm thrilled that it's here, because now I can use it just for me. And I think I'm gonna have a different bag I may try to get, or because the boxes, I've talked about this a lot, but they are in the States with my parents because I needed to lighten the load of the decks that I took with me on the airplane to come here, and then also to ship them. Yeah, feels so good. And it's got that matte, bright green, vibrant green. Gilded edging, so beautiful. Okay, we'll stop now. I can just keep going through. I may just, once the video's up, maybe I'll just set it to the side because I want to play with it later. Yeah, so anyway, so that is the Lightseer Tarot indie version, and I'm definitely going to protect the box because I love how Chris Ann numbers her decks, her indie decks, and I'll be collecting that when I go back for a long visit in the States this summer. So yeah. All right, let's move along. Let's see what's in here. I don't know. It's kind of a surprise. Okay, this one is, I think this is the Botanic Whispers. I think, I don't know. I could be wrong. I wish I had like a little cover card, but I could be wrong. But it's more so used in my practice as an affirmation deck, and there are times where I will use it in a client reading, but not often. It has time, so then it has courage, smoke, safe, passage, and then I'm assuming reverse, cowardice, limbo, extinguish. And then there's an affirmation here. It says, I rise to challenges with courage in my heart and fire in my soul. I move easily through this life and beyond, elevating my spirits as I go. That's it. Helichrysum, miracles, regeneration, sun. And the shadow aspect, or the reversal, is shadows, short-lived. And then true healing and regeneration. True healing and regeneration are forever within my power. I acknowledge the shadows within me, but I choose to walk in the sun. Oh, that's beautiful. So there's the back. It's glossy, but I love the tarot size of this little deck. You could definitely use it as an oracle. I like it with my, it's one of the decks. I actually have a couple of decks that I use with the Muse Tarot. And now that the indie version's back in my little hands, I'll be using this one again with that one. Oh, I love bergamot. Valued, uplift, complexity, reversal, melancholy, overspin, danger. I like that one. I like the scent, I should say. The essence. There's jasmine. Actually, I believe I have an allergy, or I did many years ago, to eucalyptus. Sage. Lemongrass. Myrrh. Oops. Clove. Clove is protection, friendship, voice. That's the upright. And then the reversal is numb, gossip, and maliciousness. All right, clary sage. So it's just a cool little deck. I was using it really for my own personal practice, but every now and then, if I felt called to use it for a client, I would. And, you know, I like it. I like the way it shuffles. So I'm happy it's here. I am happy it's here. I'm going to just put this over it because I had a mess of trying to remember which cloths fit which decks, because I tried to cut them to fit the various sizes, especially oracle decks. It was kind of difficult. All right, so I think there's multiple decks in this one. Let's look. There is. There's like 3 of them. Here is the Inner Compass Oracle. I love this little size. This is another one I like to use with, for example, I've used, again, my decks with various ones, but the Muse Tarot is one I like to use this one with. The only thing is it's so little, and then the font is even smaller. So the artist, but you can barely see it. And my lighting is off tonight. Sorry, folks, but it's late and I didn't feel like really overthinking the whole lighting thing tonight. Messenger. I'm very much into collage decks, so that's why this one works for me. Surrender. I love the colors and the themes, the keywords, I should say. Awaken. It's pretty. Here's Union. Such a pretty deck. Trying to get to focus. Blocked. So cool. I'm glad it's here. Change. Little portable. I want to get like, see if I can find my way to a little tin, like to hold it. Because I want to be able to drop it in my purse or backpack when I'm traveling. Maybe I switch it out with, because I carry little decks in a tin when I go, you know, out and about, and I could always swap them out if I really wanted to. I don't even have to look. I don't have to go far because I'm on an island now, and it's not so easy just to be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna order it off of Amazon. I mean, you can order off Amazon. It's just not as easy as it is in the States. It's pretty damn easy. Anyways, I can go on and on with this deck. This one, oh my gosh, my friend created this one, and I don't know why I am drawing a blank, and it's going to tick me off. I have to publish, and this is also why I'm not going to make too much of a big deal on this one, because I have to publish an unboxing of this deck. So keep a lookout for this one. The unboxing will come at some point. And it's actually a fun deck. Not fun, and you can use it with prediction. It's a fun little art style. So, more details to come. But I don't want to spoil it for the unboxing that I have recorded some time ago. And then here is the Fantasy Tea Leaf reading cards, and it's by Karen Dalton Smith. Isn't that cute? So on the back, see, this is a perk, I guess, to having the titles of the decks on the back of the cards. So that's what we have here. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't necessarily remember. Here's the Fantasy Tea Leaf reading cards. So whimsical and fun. I really love these cherries so much. Isn't that pretty? Camel. I'm going to work with this more. There's mushroom. Oh, I should have closed my door. Hold on. I might have to pause this, guys, so I can close the door. Because I forgot to close the door, and that's kind of my bad. Hold on. Let me get to hear my family talking about bedtime, and I'm not feeling it tonight. I'm better, and I'm not going to even bother to edit that out. Sorry, guys. Just going to keep it rolling. So, isn't this pretty? Just love that so much. So, anywho, I have this little deck that I do plan on working with and getting to know it. I got it and didn't really work with it very much. Every blue moon I would be called to pull it out, but after a while the collection grew so big that I just couldn't keep up with all the decks, and now I plan on really spending some time getting to know my decks, and if it's time to move them on, then it may be time to move them on at some point, but yeah. So let me try to put all of these back. Anyways, I keep saying anyways because I'm tired. But I wanted to do this because the box was staring at me. I had been curious to know what was left, and I could tell, like this one, I knew, but this one was a surprise because I completely forgot about the fact that I didn't have the Lightseer's indie version with me, which was weird because normally I'm always, you kind of have a good pulse on where your decks are. So this one is, I believe, called the Tarot Oracle. And a friend of mine gave me this deck from her collection while we were at the Northwest Tarot Symposium. Thanks, Linda. I love it. So it decided to come, and she had edged it. So I was like, cool. It came in this beautiful little bag. I'm not sure the full story she told me, but now I can't remember because I'm tired, but do kind of remember about the bag. And so I love these type of oracle decks. I mean, obviously this is like, you'll see in my readings if I ever do them, or if you ever book a reading with me, you'll see that I like to have a layered approach to my readings with different types of oracle decks. I'll have a main tarot deck, but the oracle decks. And oftentimes it's like this, these realistic photos, and there's no keywords here. You're just reading intuitively, which I'm all for. It's nice to have a break from keywords. I love keywords. I'm a word fanatic. Like, I'm a person who loves reading. I'm a person that loves keywords to, kind of spark the imagination and ignite the intuition and all that good stuff. But every now and then, it's just really nice to grab a deck that just has images and you just intuitively see what comes up. And that's what I'm hoping, that when I start teaching courses about how to just practice intuitively reading cards, I want a deck like this, and that's why I wanted it to come on down sooner than later with me, or at least being shipped, because I want to be able to have people look at images or think about a question, look at the images, never mind if there was a keyword or not, never mind that if it was a tarot deck and it has numbers assigned, never mind any of that. Let's just see what this draws up for the student, if you will. What comes up when you see this image? Speak on that, So I love the different angles. That's fun. So yeah, I'm happy it's here. I don't know if this is in print or not. I honestly don't know. I'll have to do some research. When she first gave it to me, I did do some research, and I want to say, I thought there was still some kind of available and floating around, but that was that last year? Oh my gosh, it's a blur. I think it was last year. Damn, it's been a year at least. And this deck has been around for a while. I think a good long while, like 10 years, I'm thinking. Maybe it's less, maybe it's more. But yeah, So I'm happy it's here. All right, so we're moving along. Healers of the Earth. This has been in favorites videos of mine. I've done an unboxing, so check it out. I have the gilded version. Here's the backs. Check out the unboxing because I go into great detail about it. I'm not going to do that tonight. But yeah, I like this deck. I brought the guidebook. I actually had the guidebook fly with me on the plane. So I wanted to make sure it came here, and I was just going to trust that my decks were going to make it, and they did. Look at that one. I like this one, going off grid, unplugging, disappearing for a while. So I want to work with this one some more. I did use this mostly for readings for myself, but every blue moon I would use it for readings for others. So I'm just thinking that it'll be a good time to get to know it a little bit better. So you'll probably be hearing about it if that's the case. Feng Shui butterfly, change, renewal, releasing obstructions. Isn't that brilliant? Oh, yeah, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. So I know that there's borderless. It might even be a different kind of, as opposed to glossy. It might be matte. I'm not sure. I just was like, at first I was thinking about getting the the borderless, and then I changed my mind. I was like, I have the deck that I have. I've started to build a bond with it. The readings are on point. I'm going to leave well enough alone. The borders don't really bother me that much, to be honest. Some do, but rarely. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't get it if the borders were going to bother me that much. Now, I love that there are peeps who trim and modify decks, and damn, more power to y'all, because I wish. But I don't trust that I have a steady enough hand. All I do is maybe edge a deck in, like with a permanent marker, because that's about the extent that I'm willing to trust myself to do that. And usually it's because a deck is now more worn, so I'm trying to hide some wear and spruce up a deck, so I will like edge it to give it a new life. But the trimming, oh no, I'm just not there yet. And it's been several years and I'm still just not there yet. So there's that. So I think what I'm going to do now is pause, and we only have a few more. So there's going to be a short part 6. I'm probably going to publish like 2 or 3 at a time to get through this series. But yeah, anyhow, I'll be back because I don't want this video super long. And the last one should be pretty short. All right.